Ladies and gentlemen, how's everybody doing? I hope everybody's doing all right. Uh,
Hello, everybody.
well, we're going to nip something in the butt before I go through all these.
Yep.
I don't know what's going on with this, with these people, but I will say this. Over here, we try to be kind to everybody. The chat, the mods, if you jack with the mods, they'll take you out, and no one's going to go around them to get to me to try to undo it. If you're going to be a jerk over here, we don't want you here. So please be kind to everybody in the chat, the panel, and myself, and especially the mods. So please refrain. If you don't enjoy somebody, just if you don't like my content, don't punish them for my content, and don't punish the rest of us for whatever you have against a person.
Yes.
Uh, we try to have a good, clean show here, and I'm going to keep it that way. And if anybody has any qualms, all you got to do is just hit the back button and go somewhere else. It's real easy. Uh,
Yeah.
we don't need no trouble here. We try to
Yep.
keep it clean.
And if you have an issue with somebody in the chat, please take it elsewhere. I mean,
Oh yeah,
we see what you're saying, but she has been very courteous and kind and respectful in this community. And we're not all about the drama here. We prefer that you just took it elsewhere.
yeah. And I don't care to hear any rumors. What somebody does on somebody else's show is their business. When it comes here, I want it clean. And as long as they're good to me and the panel and the chat and the mods, you're good. I don't care if you're a troll. I don't care if you're who you are or one of the channels that beat up all the other channels. I don't care. You come over here and you're kind, you're more than welcome. Now, if it starts affecting the show, which this one started right out the gate, I'd prefer you not to be here if you're only here to stir trouble. So now, I will
Yes.
go back up and catch everybody in here. Finding Keno, hello. Frank Stein, hello. James Shepard, Lover Girl. Uh, if the Mad Guy's still here, hello. Meow, hello. Meemaw Patriot, hello. Good to see you, as always. Looks like Spicoli. If you are still here, hello. Uh,
Um,
I'm
Sharon.
not going to say that name because I don't like saying it on here. KN, we got Sharon Mercer, Ronald Hendricks,
Yep.
Mary Freeland, Tanya Burns, Chris Gilbert, KN. I think I caught you earlier, but I did it again.
Hello to you all. We love having you here.
Oh,
It's
absolutely.
great for you to join us this evening.
Oh, absolutely. Yep. Yeah. It's always good to have great people in here, and we like it. Like we said, good and clean.
Yeah, yeah. Just be kind to each other. That's all we
Yeah.
ask.
There's enough hate in this world. We don't need to keep adding to it.
Amen, brother.
I mean, if you can't find enough hate, go watch politics.
Yeah,
They'll either give you something to hate, or you'll see how many haters are there.
yeah,
Either way, you're going to
absolutely.
find what you're looking for.
Yeah. And if you're unsatisfied, that mouse works in two directions.
That is correct.
We got some lot going on right now, folks. Um,
Uh, you be jeffing me.
well, what would
Uh,
you like to discuss, brother? There's so much going on right now.
I'm going to
So
tell you what
much.
we'll do. I'll tell you what we'll do. Ain't no sense of me dictating how it goes. And you be jeffing. The topic tonight is any and everything:
Yep.
news, food, cooking, travel, expense, getaways. It don't matter. We talk about it all here. One thing we try to keep on the down low a little bit is we don't do real deep dives too much into two things, and the only reason is because it starts a big fight.
Yeah. Um,
And we try to keep it relaxed, just like you'd find at any lounge.
Yeah,
You just sit down with some buddies and have a conversation. And this is what this is about.
exactly.
Bill
Bill
State
State.
National.
Yeah.
Yes. Good catch.
Yep. Yep.
Bill State National. Go
There
ahead.
is quite a bit going on right now, Shane. A lot of false flags.
Yeah.
Um, I did see another chemical train derailment in Michigan.
Imagine that.
Yeah. When does it get to the point where you got to ask yourself what the hell's going on, right?
Well, and you notice it always happens. And so all of a sudden they just start happening out of the blue and then they just keep happening.
Yeah.
Well, right there it's staged.
Yeah. Well, yeah, that, and we've got so-called civilians sabotaging power substations, and
Yeah, well,
it's
I
just
don't
it's just
think
one on
that's
top of another.
I don't think that's civilians. It may be a civilian. It may be a contract civilian.
Yeah, yeah, they're well paid. That's for sure. I did see where Putin withdrew negotiations from the START nuclear agreement we had with them. That was the last nuclear agreement we had with
Yes,
them.
he backed away, so now Biden's showing a fit.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, let me catch a few names. Al Bundy, Sheila Havener, Donna R. Good to see y'all. Yeah, I seen a little bit on that. I didn't get real deep into it. I did not catch the one where we had one in Michigan now. Maybe D-Dog could
Yes,
be on it and maybe he knows something about it.
that's the one I was referring to today. They're saying no leaks from the derailment, but we're not there. We don't know.
Mary Freeland, I would love to talk about that, but I didn't get to see that. So if you get that video, put it in the chat and I'll go grab it. And then you said they re-videoed that and made him look normal.
As normal as he gets.
Is
Yeah,
abnormal. Yeah, that's his name. Isn't that his middle name? Abby Normal?
yeah. He's a lost cause, brother. He's.
Yeah. Yeah.
I could take 100 Xanax and not walk as bad as he does.
Oh my God. Who's to say he don't?
Right, right. That might be his daily
That might be
lunch or
his only
something.
motivation he has.
Yeah.
Big white line or something.
I did also see that I guess Little Rocket Man's tired of his name being out of the conversation again, so he splashed a couple of ballistic missiles into the Sea of Japan again.
Yeah, he just does that to get attention. He needs
Yeah,
a little airtime.
yeah. He wants to be relevant.
Julie, hello, and I don't know. And Deborah Terry, hello. There ain't no telling. There's so much crap putting out that's been CGI'd and just not true. You never can tell what's true out there. That's why I always just give it a couple days before I elaborate too deep on anything
Yeah.
because you never know. It's just crazy.
I do have to worry about the innocents in Ukraine right now because I think the next 2 or 3 weeks it's going to be really bad for them.
Well, and I really don't. I'm not going to say I don't feel bad for them. I do. I feel bad for anybody that has to leave their home.
Yeah. I feel bad
But
for
at
the
least,
innocent ones.
yes, yes, for the people that actually get trapped there that can't get out
Yeah.
when they've got 72 hours to get out, they could get injured or worse. And so, yes, I feel bad for any person that has to pay the ultimate price for trying to suck in air. You know, uh,
Right. Right.
it just that's not what was put here.
Well, like we discussed not so long ago, Shane, Russia is over there softening up, and I believe they're getting ready to flex now.
I don't know. I don't know.
Um, Karen, I did see Putin's speech, what I could catch of it, what wasn't blacked out on the internet.
Did you go to RTTV to catch that, or
Um, No, it was oh, what was it? It was a rebroadcast on an Australian television channel.
Is that Sky News you was watching?
It may have been Shane. I don't. I've got like four of them down there that I follow. I'm not sure which one it was.
Okay. That's
Um, it was basically him talking about how the West had started this war and how he was stepping back from the START nuclear agreement, and which really doesn't matter because we haven't had any inspectors in there for over 2 years, so who knows what they've amassed, you know?
Yep, that's it. And
Yeah.
that's the whole deal. Like I said, we'll never know the total truth. I've got my opinion on it. I'm going to keep it to myself at this moment, but
Yeah.
I really think a lot of this is our government's just trying to scare us into anything they can get away with. And that's why they're trying so many different little flags and little episodes. And yeah, some of them can be deadly,
Yeah. Yeah.
but it's still another way to cause panic, chaos, and division. Let me
Sheila
catch it.
Havner, Bryden,
Yes, that's what I was fixing.
Creek. Oh, we got our brother Creek in here.
Yep. Now we're in trouble.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I don't even want to talk to that little peckerhead. He went fishing without us, Shane.
He does every Thursday. That's his day off. And he's always got to show off how many bass he's got. And he's always got, his limit.
Yeah.
So,
He could at least send us some good fillets, you know, bass
oh, you're
fillets.
right. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Dip them in a little pond water and instant freeze them and send them to us.
Hello, Justin.
Justin, give us a bit.
Um, did you also see I think it was a CNN reporter that was on today, Shane. It's been all over the TV on various channels. How he was talking about how he had been in Ukraine for 5 consecutive days leading up to Biden being there, and there was no air sirens until the very time that he walked out of the speech. Then all of a sudden there was an air siren. A little bit of optics to make him look better.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Anything
Yeah,
to scream over that idiot.
yeah, yeah. Tell me that wasn't planned.
Yep. Yep. He can't get your attention on his own, so he's got to have some help.
Well, yeah, they got to make him look like he's in the war zone, you know?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. He is in his own mind.
All I'm saying. I had to laugh at that one, though. That one cracked me up. It's,
Yeah, I try not to catch any of that live crap, especially coming off the Communist News Network and some of them. I'll go look at it occasionally.
Creek's getting me.
I see that he beating you back up.
Oh, I love that young man. He's a good boy.
Yeah, he's a good kid. I
Yeah.
like
Hello, James. Ramona
James.
Perez.
Ramona Perez. Hello.
Yeah, I'm kind of curious to see what evolves in the next few weeks. It's
I've been saying that for 2.5 years, and look, we're still here talking about the same thing with a different spin.
yeah, yeah.
I mean,
There's
we've been talking about this actually for 3 years.
right.
It's the same old crap. It's just they just put different spins on it and pull different crap on us.
Yeah, let's call it something else and feed them this.
Yeah, we couldn't get over on them with this whooping cough that was not a whooping cough, but it was just influenza A and B. So now we're going to go, let's just toxicate the world by dumping all these toxic waste all over the ground. And
Yep. It's unreal.
yeah, it's kind of funny how all these railways been here for hundreds of years now. All of a sudden they're failing at once.
Yeah.
Don't make no damn sense.
Yeah. All of a sudden, one right after the other.
Oh yeah, and they're keeping them close enough together that we all keep talking about it. And what are they trying to distract us from? That's where I always go back to.
That's exactly right. It's it's an illusion, bub. It's all an illusion.
Yep.
But a lot of people are waking up to it now. They're catching on to the magician and his tricks. You know,
Yeah.
they're really pushing this nuclear narrative really hard right now.
Oh yeah. Al Bundy. Banana peels on the tracks.
Yeah. Well, that may be more truth than fiction. Did you happen to catch the video of that derailment in Ohio, the tracks in that certain section before it even got to that point? They were just like just waves. They had to go so slow to go over these waves on this track, miles of it, where they hadn't been replaced,
Wow.
where they're all warped and bent out of shape and stuff. Yeah.
Well, and Karen Thompson put in there they're all privately owned railways, so that's probably why they hadn't been replaced.
Yeah, and there's no regulation on them evidently.
No, not on privately owned.
No.
There's a couple over not far from me, about 40 miles from me, that go right through a where they sell, grain,
Yeah,
big old grain bin and stuff, and it's all through Archer Daniel Midland, the ADM companies.
yeah,
Anyway, that thing, every time they go over it, you can see that whole rail just dip
yeah,
as they go over it.
yeah.
And I mean, it's just, but they ain't never had an accident there. Never. And they said that's been like that 20 years.
It's,
They said it ain't got no worse, but it ain't got no better either because, you'd have to tear apart the whole track just to redo it.
absolutely, it would have to be.
Yeah, so it's one of those deals. It's until it causes a problem, they're going to leave it alone.
And they're going to have to do something with the ground because there's evidently a problem there.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
Just wash out. They built the railroads up out here on this flatland several feet above the regular ground elevation, just
yeah,
so so they wasn't going to have to run through. Sometimes there's low places around here that creates what they call playa lakes, which is only ponds that appear during the rainy season,
right.
and so they had to build them up to where that wouldn't get washed away. But over the years, and the runoff off the buildings and the runoff, just to the ground, it slowly eat at them.
Yeah. Trudy Huddleston, welcome.
Hello, Trudy.
Good to see you again. And Bryden, I don't know. It depends on your definition of domestic terrorists causing all this. Domestic, yes. Terrorists, if you paid for terrorists.
Yeah, the untouchables.
Yeah. Hello, lover girl.
Welcome back.
Glad you survived the onslaught, honey.
She was here for it. Good thing.
Yeah. Yeah. Yes, domestic as in growing up there. Yeah. I believe they're all working for somebody and getting paid handsomely for it.
Well, I don't think anybody's going to run out and do it just for shits and giggles.
No, no.
It would do that because you get caught, you know what's going to happen. So if you're getting paid to do it, you got a little bit of a cover up that can happen and you're going to be fine.
Yeah. And if you think they're not going to throw you under the train after you do it, they are.
No, they're going to bury you right in the middle of it right before they started on fire.
Yeah, yeah. That'd be their scapegoat.
Yep. Yeah, there's why some people that if you're not in their parts of their whatever the agencies, I should say, maybe it should be the best word.
Yeah.
I don't know anybody independent would go out there and do something silly like that. I don't even care if you was a mercenary because you are committing at least a suicide by name only. Now, it didn't have to be actual suicide, but man, they could pick your ass up, throw you in jail, and that's the last time anybody ever hear of you.
Sure.
And they could have been the one paying you to do exactly what they picked you up for. I can make two instances, but I'm going to leave them alone right at this moment.
Yeah, yeah. Until I can prove otherwise, Shane, I'm gonna bite that bottom lip.
Yeah, one of them was in Oklahoma City in 1995.
Yeah. Trudy Huddleston, yes. I am kind of curious to see what Tucker comes out with also. What was it, 600 and some hours of the January 6th committee?
Oh, I think there was closer to 16,000 hours or 40,000 hours. There was a
Is that what it
all.
was?
It was every inch and every hour leading up to and after.
And that was if I read it right, was that McCarthy that released them to him?
No, he has not released that yet, and that's what we're thinking.
I'm kind of
Uh,
curious to see what comes from that.
yeah, he needs to. That's his problem. He needs to.
Yeah, that was all a setup from the word go, buddy.
Oh my God. Yes.
40,000.
Yeah, see, that's what I had heard 40, 41,000, but I've also heard 16,000, so I don't know.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
Yeah, Bryden, you're probably right. It'll never be released. It's just another talking point.
Yeah, and
Because if they're getting close to releasing it, them little fellas sitting over in that little jail cell, taking anything they can get on what they get thrown at them just so they can get out eventually,
yep,
they're willing to do, and that's why they're keeping them. Because now they look guilty because they sat in there 2.5 years and or 2 years. They don't care. They'll take a year sentence. They'll take a 3 year sentence. They've already been sitting two,
right.
especially if they call the 2 they spent in jail as time served. So now
They
they're out a year, 18 months, you know?
they should have never been put there in the first place.
I'm not going to say they shouldn't have been put there if they're doing destruction. Okay. That's destruction of private property, or even if you go to the federal level, it's destruction of federal property. Now, if they're just in there sightseeing and taking pictures,
Yeah, the ones that just walked in.
yeah, the ones that are just walking around, just, taking a tour, a free tour,
Yeah,
unscheduled. Yeah.
yeah,
Hey, slap them on the wrist, make them pay 50, $100 and go on.
yeah. I agree with that,
Well
Shane.
on this.
Hi, Barry J.
Barry J, hello.
And yeah, I'm kind of on the fence with these tapes, like you are, Shane. With Tucker, I don't know. With Fox, it's the same as every news organization is owned by the same people, so it's just what they want to release.
Oh, yeah. And Trudy Huddleston, yes, the Supreme Court did kind of stick the shaft right up the American people when they said they wouldn't even hear the case.
Yeah,
Because I knew damn good and well when Chief Justice Roberts wouldn't hear any of the Lindo cases or the Trump cases. I knew damn good and well this was going to get thrown out the window when it got to them. Because all it's going to do, and the Chief Justice, the last person he wants to see back in that office is Mr. T.
yeah, yeah. We called this one a few weeks back, huh, Shane?
Yeah, oh, yeah.
We seen where. That's why me and you both backed off of it. We knew where it was going.
Oh, yeah. Christopher Sanders, hello. It's been a couple days.
Hello, Christopher. Welcome.
Yeah, it's been a couple days since I've seen that name in here.
Yeah,
But yeah, that's all. It's all a Ponzi scheme, guys. Every bit of this crap that we're reading and seeing on the news. So I'm going to guarantee one thing. These people all over the world can be posturing. They can be doing all kinds of crap. But when it comes down to it, you think anybody's going to know until it's like, oh, shit. It started here and it's moving this way. That's it. And just hope like hell it doesn't start in your area so you can prepare.
yeah.
I mean, if something goes kinetic, this whole world's going to be in a pickle for a while. The whole world is involved in this crap here the last 3-4 years.
Okay, Barry. Well, thank you for joining. Um, buddy. Awesome. Yeah, I don't foresee any nuclear attacks coming, folks.
Every
if
one of the world leaders know if you go to nuclear, everybody's going to push your damn button. The world is no longer here.
yeah,
Nobody wants that because the ones that want power, you can be power of what? Hell? I don't think so. They got a ruler.
yeah, I do think if Putin is put in a deep enough corner that he will use.
Strategical nukes.
Yeah,
That's what he said on Kiev.
yeah,
If I decide to do it, I will give you 72 hours.
that's what he
Get
said.
your people out.
Yep.
But they're strategic. In other words, there's not a whole lot of fallout, but they are very destructive. And you don't want to be in the area it goes off anywhere close. You know, you want to be 100 miles away or better. You know, true nuke goes off, there is a chance you could perish at 500 miles away just from the
Absolutely.
heat blast.
Yeah,
And then you got the fallout that could affect the whole world.
yeah. I believe they estimated just the distance I am from Chicago, which is quite lengthy. If something was to hit Chicago, we would have like 9 minutes.
Yes. Yeah, you wouldn't have long
Yeah,
for that repercussion hit. And you do not want a fiery repercussion. Now, if you get like an atomic, you can get a shock wave and you can survive it.
yeah.
But
Hello,
no.
hello, Independent.
Yes, independent many united. Hello. Yeah, you can't. But strategic nukes are a little different. They're uh they're still powerful. Don't get me wrong. They can still screw up a lot of a city in just seconds, but they're not like these great big ones.
Oh, Anti. Hello.
Okay, anti. You sent me an email with that. Okay, cool.
Well, Ronald, they just decided not to hear the case.
Yeah, they said no. They refused. Not decided not to. They flat out refused to hear the case.
Yeah. No one can force upon them what they see and what they don't. It's
Ronald, it's already went to the state Supreme Court. That's why it's up in the federal Supreme Court now.
Yep.
Because they went through the appel docket and all that, the appeals docket and the districts, and they just kept working their way up. That's what's taking it so long. And then finally, they decide to make a ruling whether they can hear it or not, and they shut it down.
Yeah. Now I don't. I didn't go into it today to see if they decided not to hear it without prejudice. I don't know that it can go back to the appeals court or not.
You know, I don't know how that works for sure. I'm not 100%. If D-Dog shows up, he may know.
Yeah.
And he may not because you get into a lot of gray area when it gets up into that area. One arms, hello.
I wonder. Yeah, I'm not sure how that works. They have to deny it with a certain phrase for it to be able to go back to the appeals, and I'm not 100% sure on that what that is.
Yeah, I'm not. Yeah, you're going to get out of my league now. I thought I knew a lot until I started learning. Makes a world of difference.
Brother, we're all learning as we go, right? It's,
I'm going to tell you what. You know, Biden said when he come in, he was going to be the uniter. He did one thing. He united the Patriots because we all got together because we was sick of him.
that's a fact.
He didn't quite lie that time.
Yep.
That one time.
He was going to be the chief uniter, and he was going to be here for all the people. And first weekend,
Yeah.
he
Screwed half of us over.
slammed over the MAGA party. We're all domestic terrorists in his eyes.
Oh, yeah. I'm shut down all the gas pipelines that were going to other places. You know, somehow we make our revenue for the government, not for us. You know, they just don't think shit all the way through when they do that. They just do it because they're going against Trump, and that's all they care.
Yeah.
They got to get Trump out of their mind and off their brain. He's taking up so much space in their heads. Every one of them ought to have a zip code in their head just for Trump.
Yeah.
He
They really need to come out with a vaccine against Trump derangement syndrome. That's the one they need.
He's a man. He puts his britches on one leg at a time like the rest of us. He's just a businessman. He's smart at business.
Yeah,
Well, by God, they're trying to run this country like a business. Well, then why not put a businessman in there? You know,
I agree. I
I'm
said
not going
that.
to say maybe he's the perfect one, but I want to tell you what, he sure jumped in here and kicked a few hornets' nest, and then we got ended up with them. But still,
Yep.
he sure opened a lot of damn eyes doing it.
I said that for 30 plus years, Shane, that the only way
Yep,
this country was going to turn around is that they put a tried, successful businessman in the White House.
that's it.
That was over 30 years ago when I said that.
I'm not going to disagree with that one bit. I've been saying it for a long damn time too.
Yep. He
And
put,
even my brother was complaining about Trump at first, and I said, at very first, I almost complained when he run, and I got to looking at it, and I thought, well, there's two things I do like about him. He knows how to run a business. I don't know how many bankruptcies he's been through, and still comes back even more successful after they're over with.
yeah,
And then he turns around and just you know where you stand with him because he's going to tell you flat out. If you're a piece of shit, he's going to tell you flat out you're a piece of shit.
that's a fact.
And so at least you know where you stand with him. There's no guessing like with Biden. We don't even we guess whether he's even going to show up every day.
Yeah. Well, if he didn't do nothing else when he got in there, he at the least he really disrupted their agenda and gave us a few years.
Oh yeah. He throwed him back 10, 15 years
Yeah,
in my eyes.
yeah.
Michael Gale, good to see you, brother. I
Yes,
hope you're doing
hello.
fine. I've seen you in some other chats, but I haven't seen you over here in a while. And I hope I wasn't the one that upset you. I haven't seen you in a while. It's good to see you back.
And Sheila Havner.
Yeah, she was here.
Okay,
I
okay,
mentioned her a little bit ago.
awesome. Good to see you, Michael. Major institution is DC only.
Ramona Perez. I'll put it on big screen so no one has to go search for it.
Yeah, I like that one.
Conservative Cowboy, welcome. It's good to see you, bud.
That's what I do to my wife when I have to do something I don't really want to do. It's yeah.
Yeah. Sure, baby. Anything for you.
Yeah, that's the easiest way to acknowledge it.
Wasn't that Meat Love was saying that song, I'd do anything for love, but I won't do that?
Oh yeah, yeah. But eventually I end up doing it anyway, so I might as well just get it over with.
Oh, not no, but hell no. Okay, where's the spatula at? Whatever.
Yeah, she usually goes for the back scratcher, the big wooden one.
And had a baseball bat
Oh my
with
God,
splinters.
it does sting.
It's like, why does your bat have nails sticking out? It
Yeah,
makes your back better.
Gypsy Lizzie, hello, good to see
Gypsy.
you.
And Michael Gale said, "Good to meet you, Mr. B."
Nice to
You
meet you too.
You'd like Michael Gale. You'll like him. He's a good guy.
Awesome.
Yeah,
Is that
he's a Magic Hello. He's a retired vet. He is he ended up getting some breathing problems while he was in. Then he ends up running into a burning down apartment and saves a little old lady. He did some ingenious things that even firemen couldn't think of to get her out of there.
wow?
Yeah, he's quite and it caused him some havoc. He's got quite the story.
Crazy, crazy.
Yep. He's been up on panel with me several times on several different shows.
Well, anybody that served for our country and allows me to do what I do today, I owe them eternal gratitude to.
Oh yeah.
It's, and Magic, good to see you, bud. Yep, I have nothing but the utmost respect for our young men and women in the military, Shane.
Oh, I know that's right. Yeah, conservative cowboy. Yeah, yeah. Biden allowed it to happen just so he could go destroy it. Something ain't making sense in that story.
I was kind of hoping Prep would have jumped in tonight. I had a couple questions for him on some stuff that's going up in Michigan.
Yeah, maybe D-Dog come up. Maybe he's got some answers.
Yeah, I guess they're having quite a battle on that voting that's the new Supreme Court in up there.
Yeah.
And then we had the derailment, and then I seen today
Distraction.
where Michigan's on the verge of passing that legislation for the that red flag legislation for firearms.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, they're going to be. All they have to do is have a case against them, take it to Supreme Court, and they'll get shot down.
yeah. If they pass that, I mean, even your neighbor can file a complaint against you, saying you're unstable, and they'll come in and take every weapon you got until the investigation's concluded.
And then you may not get them back.
Then you may not get them back.
Oh, yeah. It's a gun grab, is all it is.
Yeah.
And that is unconstitutional. That's why you always hear there is a difference between legal and lawful.
Yes.
Legal is anything that they decide is city code or there's a couple other terms they use, ordinance or something like that. No, that is not lawful. That is legal by your city, but that don't mean they can enforce you and charge you for something like that.
Well, that's what conservative cowboy. That was the impression I had too, that McCarthy was going to do it.
Well,
Egregious security breach. Let me tell you something, folks. I read an article today that for over the last 2 weeks, the cloud server for the military was not password protected, and that anybody had access to every email for 2 weeks dealing with our military.
cool. Maybe somebody start spitting that crap out. We can see some of it.
Yeah. They
Hey,
forgot
Carol,
to they forgot to password protect it when they installed it, Shane.
Ah,
How about that?
you think they forgot, or you think it was intentional?
I absolutely think it was intentional.
Well, because think about it. Who forgets crap like that when you're professionals?
Yeah.
Hello, you don't make stupid mistakes.
Yeah.
If you
And
do,
then
you don't have a job no more.
who got access to all the Pentagon's emails for 2 weeks? Or who did they want to get access should be the better question, I guess.
Ramona Perez. I'm not going to say you're entirely wrong by no means, because that statement is more true than a lot of people know. But getting to prove that and getting people to understand that's going to be a trick. And Stacy says, hello, Stacy, for one. And two, saying that also, Mr. B. Unreal. Yep.
Yeah, yeah. Do we have, I don't know if we have any Missouri community members out here, but I did read an article today, which was it was a good thing. There are 2 referendums up to, if they're signed in, it will allow parent school choice throughout the state.
Oh, that's how it should have been all along.
Yes, I agree 100%.
That's how it should be all along. And you remember back in the late 80s and early 90s when your kids decided they weren't going to school no more and wouldn't go? And then they go over there and find your parents trying to make you go to school.
Yeah.
Until you signed a waiver on them saying they are legal adults, even at 12, 14 years old, just so you didn't go to. You remember that crap?
I do.
I seen a mother here in our little town go to jail for that, and I said, no, that's BS. And it wasn't long. They dropped that whole thing in Oklahoma. They said, Now they still call your parents and say, hey, did you know your child ain't going to school? But there's not much they can do about it. I mean, there is no law that is written that the government owns your children.
That's absolutely fact.
That is a fact.
They have zero control.
They should be privileged to have them children going to school, because that's our future. I mean, if our future wants to be, back then it was mostly oil field. They'd quit and get waivers from their parents and go to work for the oil field on drilling rigs and crap and make a living. Well, that means they're paying taxes. See, the
Yes.
government don't always think things all the way through, but they weren't done indoctrinating people back then. So,
I'm trying to look up something real quick here, Shane. I wanted to see what the legislation number was for Lover Girl.
uh,
Um, I had it here earlier.
Ramona Perez, yes, actually, schools are, especially if they're government maintained, federally maintained.
Okay.
Yes, truant officers do come at parents, and there should be no such thing as truancy. A truancy law is one of the biggest falsehoods on parent and child there ever was. If a good old ass whipping don't fix your child not going to school, then you have to figure out something else. You're going to have to either homeschool them or you're going to have to put them out there in the job force. Say, well, like me, I look back and go, shh, I wish I'd have stayed in school. It was a whole lot easier.
Amen. Well, I can't find it, Shane. I don't know what I did with it. Anyway, Lover Girl, if you want to support it with your legislation, I believe it was HB 234 or something like that. I know it was HB 230 something, but I just can't recall it off the top of my head.
Q City, hello.
Hello, Q. But I would definitely be pushing that agenda if I lived in that state.
Oh, absolutely. America is breaking. Huge fire burning at Brooklyn warehouse. Uh,
Yeah, I seen that they had a foundry exploded in Ohio today,
yes.
and they had an explosion in Miami, but I don't remember what it was
Well,
today.
let me ask you a question. Just a question. I don't know.
Yeah,
Maybe we can get some different thoughts here. Do you think everything they're doing is strategically planned to take out most of our food, so we're all fighting over food? Then they start polluting our air and hope like hell it gets in our water streams to pollute that. Let's say they're not hoping. Let's just say that's another way to get us fighting because everybody's going to be trying to steal bottled water from everybody else.
okay.
Do you not think everything they're pulling right now is kind of planned?
I believe it's all planned, Shane.
Well, that's the only place I could figure what's going on because why else would they do that?
Yeah,
And they're
I don't.
going to extremes now. You know, they're not even
Yeah,
caring if they kill civilians.
yeah. I don't believe in coincidence, brother. I think everything happens for a reason.
Yep. They keep people out of Northern California and places like that by just burning the ground and stuff. And then they turn around and get a big rain, and then there's mudslides.
Yeah,
And then they're directing half the water that goes down into the main crop area of California. They're directing it out to sea. And Trump wanted that turned back over to where it used to go.
right.
And there was a big to do on that. But yeah, it's just everything is. I mean, if a person will step back and look at an 80,000 feet view, you're going to see every bit of this is just they're trying to get us all fighting each other so we wipe ourselves out, and they ain't got to. And then they can blame the people, and that gives them rule over us because we can't rule ourselves.
Well, that's what they're pushing for, Shane. They want an uprising. They want us to take up arms so they can come in and enforce their will.
Oh, absolutely. That
That's
way they
ex-
have all
yeah,
rights. They can declare whatever and take away all our guns so we can't fight back and we have to listen to them and they're going to save our ass. No, they're
yeah,
not. They've been trying to kill us for years.
yeah. Until that moment comes, they cannot declare martial law. They can't bring the UN in for peacekeeping. Their hands are
I
tied.
think the UN comes in. They better come in at the last minute because they come in up front trying to wield arms in the United States. I think they're going to be in a pickle. They're going to find out what the United States is really made of.
Yeah, that's a war they can't win, Shane.
Oh, no, absolutely. Obama
Yeah,
even decided the same thing.
Yeah. Guerrilla warfare is very ugly, and they know they cannot defeat us. They can't do it.
Yeah,
They would.
hang on a second. I seen that. I seen what you said there, and I'm not saying it don't, but I need a minute to look at to make sure it don't get me ripped down here on my show. Yeah, Ronald Hendricks. I always say depopulation too because it's easier to control a few than it is a bunch.
Yeah, that's been going on for decades and decades.
No, yeah, it's a long plan.
Well, all you have to do, Shane, is look at the food we consume. Okay,
Yep.
look how much is in the food that we buy that is absolutely banned in every other country in the world.
Oh yeah, most all the preservatives are.
Because a lot of it is carcinogenic, creates tumors, you know.
Yeah, yeah. Get this. Here's a funny thing. Since you brought that up, just this evening, right before I went on, we was cooking up some bacon. And used to you'd go into Mama's house after being outside, and you come in and it smelled like bacon, and
Yeah.
it filled the whole house, and it was a beautiful smell, and you just made you really hungry. This shit did not smell like bacon. I
Yeah.
eat it. It did not taste like bacon. And I was like, "What the hell?" This. And like I said, I've said this a couple times a while back. Is when you go, I got pretty good friends with a meat butcher that because I was produce manager and he was over the meat department.
Yeah.
He told me, he says you can leave bacon in the package unopened on the cabinet for 30 days. Open it and
Absolutely.
eat it. It is so full of preservatives. He says it won't go bad.
Why are we
Well, and it's just why? Why are they putting that in there? Well, because your regular bacon will spoil on you in about 3 days in the refrigerator if you're not eating it up.
Yeah. And
That's why you buy what you can eat. But anyway, go ahead.
why are we the only country in the entire civilized world that washes and processes our eggs?
That's it.
No other country does that.
Yep. My mom, I can remember her. We have chickens. We bring in the eggs. She'd start cracking them and frying them.
Yeah.
I mean, right there.
That's the best egg you can have in your life.
Oh, I'm going to tell you, really good creamy yolks. Hell yeah.
Yeah. I would suggest to everybody, and we do it ourselves, you know, patronize your local farmers markets and get your stuff.
Oh,
Find
absolutely.
your local butcher shop and get fresh meat.
Yep.
You don't have to rely on all the processed stuff.
That's it. That's it.
You know, if
Yeah,
if
I
I
did that a couple times.
if I'd have known back then what I know now, Shane, I would have never raised my children on grocery store food ever.
Well, it wasn't so bad back then. Uh, it's got progressively worse.
They just keep adding more and more.
Yes, yeah, and you get less and less
You know,
for more junk that costs them less. So they're quadrupling or 10 times in their money every time they sell the product.
yeah, I agree, buddy.
Karen Thompson said pork jows are just as good. I
I
don't
don't
think I've
mind
ever
that.
had pork jows.
Mm. Yeah, Shane got a little nauseous when I told him I like pork brains and scrambled eggs.
Yeah, I ain't going there.
That's some good stuff, brother.
Ugh.
That's a southern thing. I got that when I used to be over the road. I got hooked on those.
Well, boy, I live pretty far south, but I'm not going that far south apparently. Sounds like a southeastern kind of thing. Down on the bayou.
Well, I guess they're having some issues down in Houston right now, huh?
Yeah, I heard a little bit about it. Didn't hear a whole lot of detail.
Yeah. I read somewhere today, Shane. I was trying to glance over all the headlines that Houston was down 300 officers, and within the next 3 weeks they're going to be down another 600 that are leaving to go elsewhere.
Well,
So
they can't. Well, Houston, if I'm not mistaken, is kind of bluish in the.
It's a Democratic mayor.
Yep, and so they're getting tired of no law.
Yeah. Yeah. They don't have nobody behind them, so why stay?
Yeah, yeah, they're paying them to run around with their hands tied.
Yeah.
They get frustrated. They're still getting shot at, but they can't shoot back.
Yeah.
Arrest somebody, but we're going to let them go as soon as they get there.
That's the problem in a nutshell. At least enforce the laws that are on the books.
Oh, absolutely. And they want to make new laws. Hell, we can't even enforce the ones we got. There's so many of them.
Right. It's. I just don't get it.
Yep.
Concerned patriot.
Yeah, she put out something.
I must have missed it.
Something on disclosed TV had something come out.
There's D Dog. Hello, brother.
Hey, D Dog. Hello, good people. Swallow.
D Dog, what the heck's going on up in your neck of the woods right now?
Yeah, that ain't no doubt. Yeah, that would be interesting to hear what's going on in Michigan with all these supposed train wrecks and what's going on
with the Supreme Court and
yeah.
and
Be interesting to get his take on it.
the red flag legislation. It's all coming out at once.
Yep.
Ramona, do you think it's true about fine China? I don't think China is fine.
Depends on how you define fine China. Is that the stuff in your cabinet?
Oh, boy. Oh, Karen. I'm with you, honey. You give me a biscuit over a bagel any day. It's preferably smothered with sausage gravy.
There you go. One word, Hitler. I mean, Whitmer.
Oh, yeah. Jeez. She turned out to be a good thing for him, didn't she?
Oh, she's lovely.
Mm.
She's a peach. Yeah, and she's loved by all. How she still has her job, I have no clue.
Magic says croissants. Yeah, I don't mind a croissant, but I'm still a biscuit baby.
I grew up on them.
Yeah. I was raised on cornbread and baptized in gravy. I might have turned out a little pleasantly plump, but that's okay.
Hey, happy baby.
That's right.
That's what we was talking about a second ago, Devil Dog. Funny how it's all coming out at once. So what are they hiding behind the curtain? That is exactly what we was talking about.
That's what we've been trying to analyze and figure out. What the heck's going on up there?
Yep. Yeah, we was talking about that a second ago.
Hard roll fan. Now quit it, guys. You're making me hungry again.
Luckily, I got leftovers. I just don't know if I'm going to go choke them down now. I'm thinking about making some biscuits and gravy.
Hey, I got some leftovers if you need some. Shane, I made country fried steak and white country pepper gravy, mashed taters, and green beans tonight.
Hell yeah, there ain't nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, I got several left.
Oh, yeah. Ain't nothing wrong with a good chicken fried steak.
Mm.
Yep. Ain't nothing wrong with that. That's
I
some good
do.
victuals.
Yeah, I do like to cook, buddy.
Uh-huh.
I enjoy it.
Oh, I do too. I do too. My family really loves it when I cook. They all show up. I had to cut back on that. They was eating me out of the house and home.
Conservative cowboy, yes, sir. I heard that was a weather balloon also.
Yeah. Yep.
Lover girl.
Yeah. Ramona Perez, no muffin tops here.
Honey, I got enough muffins for everybody in chat. Trust me.
His gut runneth over.
Yes. One thing I do like, and that is my vittles.
Oh yeah, gotta have them. Magic come drooling.
You guys are awesome.
Yeah, it's funny how this thing can go sideways in just a flick of a
We start off so
quarter.
serious, Shane. I don't know. It's like the trains. We get derailed so easy.
Yeah, our tracks are busted.
Is it a conspiracy?
Probably. We conspired to do this. I want to give you a little bit of info to where you're dying for more, and we're going to throw you some vittles. Got to give you some scraps to keep you going. We'll get
Oh
back
yeah.
in here in a minute.
Oh, you got me going now, guys. Gosh darn it. Oh, you're cracking me up. Oh Lord. You know it don't take much to get me going, Shane.
Oh, yeah. Oh, that's what's great about it.
Oh
Devil Dog
Lord.
said he had canned venison stew over noodles with hominy. Hell
Oh,
yeah.
that sounds so good.
Oh, yeah. He
Man,
canned his own venison, so yeah, you know it's good and fresh.
I love some good venison, buddy.
Yep. Just sopping it up, the cat says.
Ramona only has cupcakes, no muffin tops.
I got to step away for half a second. If you can entertain this crowd, I would appreciate it.
Oh, absolutely, brother. I think it's the other way around. They're going to keep me entertained.
Oh, hell yes.
Yep, you go do what you got to do. So I got to ask you guys, how many of you like grits? I love grits, but I like them with breakfast, and they have to have syrup on them. That's the way I eat my grits. You guys, anybody put syrup on their grits besides me? Butter and syrup? Hello, Elaine. You gotta try them, Q City. Oh my lord! Put a big splotch of butter on there and pour some syrup on top of them. Get a little bit of
I
that
can't.
egg. A
I
little bit of
can't
that.
honestly say I've ever had grits in my life.
Oh, Shane. There ain't much better with over easy eggs and bacon, buddy.
Huh.
Peanut butter and sugar. I like peanut butter and syrup.
Mm-hmm.
That used to be a nice treat when we were kids.
Oh, hell yeah. That made a good sandwich.
Yeah.
Yep.
Same here, Al. Yep, you gotta have the butter and the syrup on them. Grits are a form of corn, like hominy grits, you know. And if you don't buy instant, if you do them the right way, it takes about 20-25 minutes to boil them.
I love grits so much I kiss them.
Kind of like cream of wheat, yep.
And I like me some cream of wheat. I like some cream of. Uh, I like all them, like that stuff. But what was another one? Bran? No, not bran, but oats. Oats, cream of oats. I like them too.
Hmm. Yeah, I used to like that when I was younger, that cocoa cream of wheat, so I like that real well. Of course, that was chocolatey.
Oh yeah.
Do you remember a hot drink they used to have when we were kids, Shane? It came in a jar. It was called Postum.
Not right offhand.
Not, it was a hot drink that Mom used to make us in the winter with a little bit of sugar in it. That was some good stuff, but I don't know if they even still make that anymore.
Good question. I know it ain't around here. Yeah, conservative cowboy. I don't doubt that a bit.
Yeah, I believe that too. They're not going to let him get back in. They're going to do something.
Oh, Trudy. Yeah, I can't do Ovaltine. I tried it once.
Yeah, I
Ugh.
never liked Ovaltine.
Yeah.
I'm just, I can't wait to see what the alternative is to him. You know,
Anybody but him?
Ugh. That could be a scary deal in itself, though, Shane.
I know.
At least we know he's incompetent.
Oh yeah. Hello, Paula. Work. Good to see you. Elaine Work or Elaine? Yeah, Work.
Yeah,
No, sorry, Elaine
Elaine
James.
James. Yeah, hi
Yes.
Paula.
Every time I look down, the damn chat would jump. By the time I say the last name, damn it. Yeah.
Well, I'm pretty sure if they'd have known he was in Ukraine, there would have been a couple missiles hit.
Well, you know,
Yeah.
I think that might have been just wishful thinking. They ain't gonna do anything that's gonna start a World War III. No.
Yeah, Michael Gale, in the Army, you like whatever you can get your hands on, except MRIs, buddy.
Hey, I've had a few of them that weren't bad at all,
Oh,
and they was from 1976, and I ate them like 5 or 6 years ago. Hell, it is oldies. It made me mad though because those little bitty miniature Tabasco bottles they had dried up inside, so I couldn't get no Tabasco out of them.
MREs, yes, MREs.
Yeah, MREs.
Didn't like Postum. Well, I sure did like it when I was young. I don't know if I'd like it now, but your
Just
taste
like
really,
it was sweet.
yeah, your taste really changed when you grow up.
I know that's right. Couldn't stand vegetables growing up, but I'll eat the hell out of them now.
Same here, buddy. I
Steamed
can't.
veggies is one of my favorite.
I have to have vegetables every night.
Seed rations ain't that good. Oh,
Yes, grits and eggs. Absolutely, Carol.
like I said, I don't know that I honestly have ever had grits.
I think if you tried them, if you like hominy, you'd like grits. You just
Double dog.
yeah.
You think that's the case, bud?
Oh yeah, Karen Thompson. I did see that. That was funnier than hell.
Yeah, had to ride on a cargo plane on the way back.
Yeah, poor her.
Yeah, we was trying to save that carbon footprint he was putting out.
I really feel sorry for the crew on that plane.
Mm-hmm. You know, she'd run off about everybody in her little administration.
Well, yeah,
She'll change places 2 or 3 times.
just her tenure. I think she's lost like what 80% of them.
Yeah.
She must be something else to work for. Or they probably got tired of doing all the work.
Yeah. Well, they're going, what the hell are you talking about? And quit screaming at us. Who the hell are you?
Yeah, she's something else, that's for sure. She, well, her and Biden go hand in hand, I guess. They're perfect for each other.
Yeah, I remember watching a show kind of like that years ago. They drove around a big dog-looking van. I think it was called Dumb and Dumber.
Oh yeah, that's a good narrative for him, Shane. Oh shit. D
All right,
dog.
yeah, no, I'll damn sure I'll drop the link when you're ready to come up. You just let me know. I'll damn sure drop it for you.
I love that every time. That's 10 or 15, 10 or 15.
Must be smoke break.
That's what I'm thinking.
I'm gonna have to have a cigarette for this shit. He goes outside, smoke's coming back in. He's ready to go.
Oh boy. You know what I think it is, Shane? I think he's.
Okay.
I think he's got to go knock one out before he comes up and sees me. D-Dog, I'm kidding, brother. I'm kidding. I love to mess with him.
Yeah, he's a hoot.
Chico and the man. Oh boy.
I don't think I've seen that. I probably did.
Yeah, it was kind of like the Spanish version of Sanford and Son.
Oh well, yeah, I've probably seen it then. Yeah, I've probably seen it.
I have never had squirrel in my life, D-Dog.
Hey, I've had some squirrel, and I was with him when we shot him. I was right there when we cleaned him. When I watched him batter him, I'll tell you what, that was damn good. That takes several of them little bastards to get enough to eat for a family. Man, they're
Yeah,
good.
I would absolutely try it.
No, they're good and tender too.
Tell you what, Shane, one of the sweetest meats I've ever tasted in my life was raccoon, brother.
Yeah, it can be.
Yeah, it's really, really, really greasy, but man, is
Yes,
it
it's
good.
real greasy. It's like bear. It's some of the greasiest food you can
Yeah,
get.
yeah. You got to broil it with a lot of pepper on it and put a drip pan under it.
Oh yeah,
But it
drip
is
bucket.
it's a very sweet meat.
Yeah, and it's not real terribly tough either.
No, no.
It's if you don't know how to cook venison, it's more tender than venison. Now, if you know how to cook venison, you can make venison fall apart in your mouth like a roast.
Yeah, I'm when it comes to venison, I'm pretty partial to the backstrap. That's my favorite
Oh
cut of
yeah,
it. And I do like the summer sausage.
oh yeah. And they make them little what we call beef sticks, and they're actually made out of venison. They're
Yeah,
kind of spicy, but you eat a handful of them because you'll get a couple of 10-pound bags of them when you order when you do a deer. You have one butchered. You'll get a couple 10-pound bags of that, and they break it down into 2-pound bags. If that's what you want. I want to tell you what, if you sit there and eat a pound of them, 2 hours later, don't expect to be around anybody because everybody's going to leave. The gas that those things cause is hideous. I tried to leave a couple times and I couldn't get away from myself.
that's not good.
No, I was going to have to go wash my clothes just to get the smell out of them.
Oh yeah,
Like I got hit by a skunk.
Magic's raccoon is hiding in the corner now. You tell that little baby it's safe.
Oh yeah.
Unless we fall on hard times, then I'm gonna come knocking.
Oh, they picked up one either this morning or yesterday afternoon, broad daylight. Probably the biggest raccoon you ever seen in your life. This thing was 30, 40 pounds.
Wow,
It was huge. And that
that's
was acting like it was high on something or got hit, and it kept acting like that until they put that damn noose on it, with the stick to put it in
yeah.
and they brought a cat kennel over because they just thought, well, it's a coon. They don't need a big one. It barely fit in there.
Wow,
Here's all you did to get him in there. It's huge.
that's a fat burger there.
I'm gonna tell you, and they took it out in the about 22 miles out in the country and dropped it off and set it free.
Yeah,
They said that's about the 15th or 20th when they've done this month here in town. And we live out here in the middle of nowhere. We're in the desert. What the hell is coons hanging around for?
D-Dog's wanting you to look at something. 30 seconds of Chico and the Man. Is that going to get us yanked again?
Yeah. I gotta be leery of his recommendations.
I know that's right.
I'll go over and grab it.
Yeah. What the
I'm
hell?
grabbing it on my YouTube side though.
Yeah. What the hell?
Okay.
Chris McGrath. Hello. Welcome.
Hey,
Awesome.
Chris.
Good to see you. Cat
There we
won't
go.
eat leftovers. Yep. Chico and the man.
Hopefully we can hear it. We couldn't hear it the other day.
Did you remember to click the audio box? Nope.
That was short and sweet.
You guys have to excuse Shane. He has early onset dementia.
I'm having a hard time figuring out what the hell I'm doing here.
Oh, I love it. Oh, shit. Oh, Shane, you make me laugh every night, brother.
I'm a seasoned professional. Just ask me, I'll tell you.
Oh. Ramona. Cat won't eat leftovers because it's a pussy.
Sounds like some kids I raised.
Oh, hell. Oh, jeez. Crack me up, guys. You all crack me up.
I should get a job at a movie theater. Well, thank you, Elaine, for all your.
Yeah, one for the deaf, so it doesn't matter if you share sound or not.
Y'all heard that, didn't you? I had it on, so I hope y'all heard it.
There was no sound, Shane.
Oh, wonderful.
Yeah, it was.
I don't know what's going on. Remember, you couldn't even share something with me the other day, and there was no sound.
Yeah, there was nothing, bud.
Not all it said was looking good.
Oh.
Yeah, I'd be great in a movie theater. There'd be plenty of leftover popcorn. I'd just be the one sweeping it up.
Well, I really need to get some new glasses.
I just clean mine occasionally. That tends to help a bunch.
Well, I got an eye appointment the 4th. Hopefully, I'll be able to. Hopefully, I'll be able to see again. I've milked these for about 3 years now, Shane.
Ray, that works for me, he went and had a little work done to his eyes. He's been wearing glasses since he was 6 years old, and he's 66 now.
Yeah.
He went down to first of the year, had this little laser op done. It wasn't a laser op. They actually peeled the retina or the whatever off your eye, put new lenses on him. He says he has never seen so good in his life. He don't have to wear glasses. Only thing is now he gets every once in a while he'll get a headache because he's not used to that much light coming in.
Yeah.
He couldn't see half a block, and he's still trying to drive. Now he can see from one end of our town almost all the way to the other. The only reason you can't see to the others because it's kind of uphill and then kind of drops back down again. But
Wow.
he says he can see great. And he was in one day and out the same day on one eye. 2 weeks later, they went in and did the other one. He was fine.
Well, I'd like to have eyesight like that.
Yep. But another buddy of mine out of Liberal, Kansas, he went up and did his. His cost him like $2,000 an eye. They do one, they give you 3 days, they do the other one, and you're done.
Jeez.
And he sees he says, I have never seen this clear in my life.
Super duper snooper. Hello.
Yeah, I've seen that one come in.
Not familiar with that one. That might be a newbie.
Nope.
Well, welcome to the community.
Yep.
Kick off your shoes and stay a while.
Or put them back on. Get ready to run.
Yeah. Yeah. You can take them off as long as you've been wearing odor eaters. You're good.
Yeah, yeah. It don't matter. This ain't smell-o-vision. You're good.
That's right. Well, I'm sorry. I didn't mean that like it sounded super. Not a newbie, but new to the community, maybe. Yeah.
Yep. Just as long as you're 18 or over, because this is an 18 and over channel. So, did you
Yeah.
happen to look at that, Mr. B?
I absolutely did.
Okay. Kosher? $22, actually. Okay. Well, hello.
Yeah.
Welcome to a different community. Like I said, we go through all kinds of crap over here.
Well, that sure makes me feel like an old man, Shane.
Oh, I know, especially when I got kids that's 10 years older than him.
Yeah.
They're going to be saying, Grandpa, tell me about the good old days.
I've got grandkids almost his age.
I know. I was like, what the hell? No, mine ain't that old, but I'm going to tell you what, they're catching up quick.
Yeah.
I think the oldest granddaughter I got 16 or 17 now.
But I can't even remember 22. I know I was there because I have photos, but I can't remember it.
You know, I remember bits and pieces. But, yeah, it was, well, I had quite the learning curve, but back then we grew up by hard knocks. And, you know, at 17, 18 years old, you're at the house. You're figuring it out the hard way.
Yeah.
And trust me, if it was hard, that's the way I did it. I had to screw up everything I did.
Well, that's the way we learned, brother.
Oh, hell yes.
There wasn't nobody going to do it for us.
That's what burned up all my brain power.
Mental pause.
Yeah, I know that's right.
Yeah. I think
Thank
I'm
God
going.
for a Marine dad. There you go. There you
Yes, sir. I think sometimes I'm going through menopause.
go. Yeah.
I
They
really
used to
do.
call that a midlife crisis.
Is
They
that
don't
what
call it that. Yeah, they don't call it that anymore.
even when my movies get sore? Movies get.
Yeah. Your man boobs. As long as they don't start lactosing, you're okay. You're good.
Breaking Border Patrol agents asking for help. Yeah, I've seen that, conservative cowboy. 800% increase in Vermont alone, coming across the border.
It's called an invasion. We're getting hit from two sides. What we lack is a flank.
Yep. Well,
The port and the bow side's the only thing that ain't got hit yet. That's the two water sides.
this is very detrimental to our nation, guys. What they're
Yes, it
allowing
is.
right now.
Yes, it is.
And
I can only imagine what's coming down from Canada because I'm sure it's not just good old lovely Canadian people.
right. Well, you got to ask who's funding the flights to get them up there in the first place
Bingo.
for them to be able to come out of Canada.
Yep.
Because, they're coming from Guatemala and all these southern. How in the heck are they getting up there? Somebody's flying them up there.
Oh, yeah.
Maybe go talk to old Soros and see what his bank account's been active on lately.
Huh. Anything and everything, and you don't think it goes to a dummy account, you got to be silly.
Yeah.
Every account he's pretty much got is a dummy account.
Yeah, I seen on the news today that we had been um, well, unknowingly, according to the powers to be, sending grants and federal funds to one of his disinformation organizations.
Oh, yeah.
To one of Soros's. Yeah.
Yep. No, I don't doubt it a bit.
Yeah. Well, supposedly they put the halt to that, but
Oh,
we know how that goes, Shane.
yeah. Only in our minds, because that's what they tell us.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, it's all a kind of a. If it's out there, I'm telling you what, it's BS. I'm not saying the train wrecks and stuff like that ain't really happening, but I'm going to say that it's all staged, every friggin' bit of it, ladies and gentlemen. Well, I mean, how in the hell do you got 4 states that have train derailments all within the same month, even, much less the same year, when we ain't heard of one in 4 or 5 years,
Yeah. And
Every 4 or 5 years you hear one. It's big news because it was something. Now it's like, well, tomorrow there's probably going to be a train wreck, and there's probably going to be a tanker blowed up somewhere, and it's just every day you just know something's coming.
Yeah, and according to Buttigieg, there's over 1,000 derailments annually.
Annually, maybe, but not annually.
Yeah. There's too many. Technology is too advanced with all the cell phones and everything. There would be videos of everything.
Oh, yeah.
So they're not going to feed that crap to me.
Yeah, no. Okay. Hang on just a second. I will drop you a link, D-Dog.
Magic, I agree. Premeditated. It's all part of the plan. Yes, sir.
All right, D-Dog, I dropped it for you.
They got to keep your attention over here so you can't see what's going on down here.
Oh, absolutely.
That's exactly what they do.
Oh, absolutely.
Yes.
Yeah, I dropped it. Okay, he got it.
Anytime you see a story, folks, take a step back for a few days and try to evaluate what they're trying to distract you from. Most generally, you can see it. Oh, Michael, honey, buddy. There's so many sleeper cells in this country, we'd never be able to monitor every one of them.
That probably ain't true. They monitor everybody.
They're so entrenched in here, Shane. And it's not just, Islamic terrorists either. Now we got Chinese. They're just flooding our country right now.
Yeah, and then we just ship a bunch of them out, like 200,000 of them out just right before, and now they're all coming right back.
Yeah. And you know as well as I know, and D-Dog knows, you don't escape from China easily.
No, you're sitting here.
Thank you.
You don't just walk out the door.
Yeah. Yeah. You can't even trade sugar on the street without being convicted for life over there. That's a fact.
Oh, I know. Mr. D-Dog, how you doing, bud?
I don't know.
Okay.
It's been a busy day.
Hello.
One of my neighbors just called 40 chickens.
Cold them? Really?
Yep.
Are you going to get some of them? You going to trade for some of the chickens, or were they bad?
No, they were 5 years old. They were done laying and stuff. I took them all.
See, we've got some that's damn near 8 years old, and they're still spitting out eggs like it was candy.
Yeah, but
Maybe
the production goes down after 4 and stuff, and he doesn't want to keep them. He's got new ones all ready to start dropping.
Yeah, well, that's what we do. We've got new ones all the time dropping. We had them dropping so early this time. I think the chicks were GMO'd because we had them dropping. They almost looked like quail eggs. It was so small when they was dropping. I'm like, that ain't right. I ain't ever seen that. Never.
Yeah. Excuse me, guys.
Do it.
Shell 493. Hello from UK.
Yes. Hello, Shell.
How's things across the pond? D-Dog, it's good to see you, bro.
Yeah,
You still got your FedEx truck?
You mean the Amazon truck? They came and picked
Am-
it up Monday or Sunday, and they had cash money on them.
Is that right? Good job, brother.
Yeah,
Go ahead,
easiest
Shane.
60,000 I ever did.
I didn't mean to interrupt you, Shane. Go right
You're
ahead,
good.
buddy.
No, you're good. I'm all good. I kind of lost straight. Oh, I was going to say, we even had chickens that my brother killed his last rooster 3 weeks before these last ones. Well, I say these last ones before they laid eggs, and then we had one trying to hatch out. Now, how in the hell are they having chicks when the rooster's been dead for 3 weeks? They said there's been a pigeon hanging around in there, but I don't think just because they're cousin birds, I don't think they can do that, can they?
I wouldn't think so.
So,
Well, you seen the picture of how they make chicken tacos, right?
Yeah.
no, I have not, but okay.
Yeah, he showed you the other night, Shane,
Oh, that's right. That's right. Okay.
with the Chihuahua.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the one I almost peed my jeans. Oh, hell.
Yeah, if you got a Chihuahua and it starts clucking, yeah, it's time to make tacos out of it.
Yeah, but 5 o'clock this morning we called all those chickens,
Wow.
and by 5:30 I had them over at Buddy's place, and all he does is he processes poultry. So he went and he got all the feathers off it for me, just as a favor. And I've been pressure cooking at a time in my two pressure cookers, and I'll be canning that shit up tomorrow.
How does he defeather his? Does he boil it off?
Don't care. I just drop it off, and he says, "Come get them."
Growing up as a kid, we always had chickens, and we was always butchering them. Mostly because us kids would set the bear traps or the coyote traps, and they'd break their legs, so they was kind of useless. But anyway, and my mom would boil that crap in the house and boil the feathers off. That is the worst smelling crap in the world. It's like, you have to start doing that crap outside. We ate a lot of damn chicken back then, though.
Or
But we had, a couple hundred chickens.
yeah, or you
Do
just,
what?
or you just need to know someone that does that shit for a living.
Well, I'm talking back 40 years ago or better. I can still
Yeah,
smell that
but
smell in
his
my
dad,
Go ahead.
his dad had that meat packing place, and all they ever did was poultry. And his dad was, I don't know. I think Father Time and his dad were buddies.
Yes,
Yeah.
Karen Thompson, we have heard of the 15-minute cities.
Yeah, I don't see that flying in red areas in Michigan, but the blue areas that don't know their rights, it'll be happening.
Oh, yeah.
I guess they're really pushing them in Canada right now.
Yeah. Oh fuck.
All right, it's going to have to be intermission. I'm going to have to slip off to the gentleman's restroom, and I'll be right back.
All right, Shane. I'll hold the fort down, brother.
Thanks, sir. You're too kind.
You betcha. Off the grid with Doug and Stacy had a question on that. Was talking about it. Yeah, Karen, I've dug into that a little bit. What it is, I touched on this the other night for just briefly. They want to create a section in a city where everything in your life is within a 15-minute walk. Your banking, your groceries, your churches, your gas station, everything. They want it all within a 15-minute walk of your location. That's a 15-minute city. They're pushing the narrative as the green agenda so they can do away with less vehicles, but I think this is just my opinion, my personal opinion. I think it's to contain people in a tight area so they have easier access to control them. That's what I think.
It's all control. That's all it fucking is. Just control.
Yeah. But that's just a brief synopsis of a 15-minute city. Whether it's going to happen here, it's happening in a few locations, but not like it is in Canada. They're really pushing out hard up there, D-Dog.
Yeah, well, I like watching Off Grid with Doug and Stacy. Problem is, when Doug talks, it's all fear porn, and when Stacy talks, it has to do about preserving foods and being healthy.
Yeah. Well, and you know me by now, brother. I am not all about fear porn or fake opium. I just tell what I know, and you all can decide for yourself. That's all I can do. I don't want to give you any false hope. You know, I don't want to put out there. I don't want to intentionally mislead anybody in any way. I can only tell you what I've read, and it's up to you to determine how you view it.
Well, in 15-minute cities, it all sounds fine and dandy and wonderful. And let's say it goes over big and everybody's done it. Okay, so now they've removed the carbon footprint they wanted to get rid of. And now the problem is no one can leave this country because you can't fly anymore.
Right.
So
Well, you can't even leave the fucking city unless you petition to exit.
Yeah,
Right.
or pay a fee.
And that's it. And so now it's like, and then you're going to only be able to go 20 minutes outside the city before your battery goes dead because you're going to have to stop and charge it for 8 hours.
Yeah.
So it's going to take you about 6 months to get on your 1 week vacation you've got. And then here's going to be the problem. We're still going to have all our military and all our government employees flying all over the world and everybody flying in here. But no one here can get out.
Yeah. Well, like I said the other night, Shane,
And
they're not going to be happy until we're living in a green sanctioned tent eating insects while they're in their mansions having steak and champagne. That's what they want.
Well, they're really going to not like me then.
Yeah. I'll be right there with you. I may be in a different state, but I'll be right there with you.
I can't even imagine that happening, D-Dog.
Yeah.
No.
Shell 493, hello, and welcome to the chat.
And we had another one, I think.
Barb Clayman.
This is today's attitude.
Dude.
Yeah, I know that's right.
Oh.
I know that's right.
Oh, you haven't blessed us yet, D-Dog.
Oh, yeah.
What's the
You
treat
guys
of the
won't
day?
figure it out.
Intelligence.
Is the ability to adopt to changes.
Yep.
Stephen Hawking. I got it.
Yeah, a lot better than I thought you guys were going to do.
Isn't that amazing how the brain can comprehend things in a way like that?
Now, in 1962, the first thing that Stephen Hawking's ever published in the New Yorker was this on a full page.
Yes. Just to show the intelligence of the mind.
Very cool.
Yep.
One of my favorite sayings in my entire existence came from Albert Einstein. The definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over and expecting different results. You know, I live by that. Yeah, I live by that.
Yeah, I can't remember the famous guy that used to say what I said, but he's an actor and stuff. He said, "Fuck them."
Christopher Walken. Christopher Walken.
Yep, that's the quote I'm going with.
Oh, there's our Sagittarius brother, Shane. Sagittarius dad, hello.
How you doing, bud? Yeah. Yeah, that was old Christopher Walken. That was good.
Yeah, fuck them.
Listen, have you ever listened to Dan Pena? He come over here from Mexico back 60 years ago, 50 years ago. Didn't have the pot to piss in, had no place to live, was on foot. And now he's worth God knows how much money. And he has that same attitude. And he says, I don't care if you like me. I really don't care.
Yeah.
He says, same thing Christopher Walken says. He says, I ain't here to be your friend.
Yeah.
I ain't here to be your friend. And he says, but people love me all over the world. Because he has that attitude. He says, I don't ask them to. I don't want them to.
Yeah.
If you like me, he says, I screwed up somewhere.
No, I agree, though. I'm not going to conform to anybody's definition of what they think I should be.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
No, conservative cowboy, it ain't happening.
Yeah.
I listen
No.
to it every day.
No. That's auto ban in this community.
That is a do not pass go, do not collect $200, go directly to jail. Plus, it's copyrighted. Hell with it.
Baby Shark, do 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 do.
Oh, la, 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 la.
I hear it every day. Trust me, and sure I know all the words, so it's just random crap that comes out. It's like
Lord.
noise. You can hear the baby shark, and then the rest of it's just. It's like, really? And old MacDonald had a farm, E-E-E-E-O.
Oh, God.
Over and over and over all day long. And you go, what the hell? I'm going to commit suicide. There's no end to this madness.
It's a vicious cycle for grandparent Shane.
Son,
Yeah.
when does it end? And I should have remembered that back when I had my kids. There is no end.
Can you imagine what it's going to be when all the great grandkids start coming?
They're banned. They're not coming. I'm sure they're going to have some silly songs then coming out.
That's what I'm saying.
Something about Democrats are great and blah, 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 or some crap.
We went through Barney, we went through Bob the Builder, we went through Baby Shark.
God.
Among others.
Herman.
Yeah, among others, yeah.
And them trying to sing that. You know, Kermit the Frog and the pig. What's her name? Miss Piggy trying to sing the alphabet song. Today's letter.
Yeah, I never even thought about that. That's even before all the other ones.
Yeah, and now they have that funny one, and Kermit the Frog and Miss Piggy are stoned, and he says, "The letter today is 3." If you didn't seen that, now it is comical.
The word of the day, boys and girls, is injection.
Yeah.
It makes the day go by so much faster.
But to leave out the part, and your life.
Oh, hell, Shane, here we go.
We're full. D-Dog's down there digging up some, he's down there digging up crap he can play.
Yeah, we're in full derailment now, brother.
Oh, hell yeah. We've been off tracks for a little bit. It's all good.
It's all good.
Trust me, we've been a lot worse.
I'll testify to that.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Yeah, alphabet soup sandwich. That's it. Yep.
Oh, yeah. Talk about alphabet. I was looking at some of these titles they're allowing into the school libraries now.
Holy cow. Is that not screwed up?
Gee, Manetly. The woke book, the pronoun book, the gay BCs, and the list just goes on, buddy. Jesus.
Those are only getting into blue cities.
Yeah. Well, so we think. I haven't personally went to any of the elementary schools here and looked.
Rose Young, hello, and Shell 493, yes. Love Kermit Frog, yes. We did hear that over here too.
Rose Young, hello, sweetheart. I agree with that, Magic. Merit above all else. I don't believe in this equality in school. How's your child going to strive to become excellent or great at something if everything's based on equality?
Yeah, one of those. Thanks for competing trophies or
Yeah,
whatever it's called.
participation medals
Yeah, and it's
and
like
trophies. Yeah,
it doesn't strive them to do anything but lay on the house. All I have to do is show up and keep the bench warm, and they get a trophy or a
yeah,
medal.
yeah.
Yeah, that's going to get them motivated and get them out. Get them back in shape and not be 400 pounds by the time you're 13 years old.
Yeah. How's that ever going to teach them to strive to be better at something, to be successful? You know.
Hmm.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
think it's more than 60% of teens are depressed.
I believe
Yep.
that too.
Yep.
They came out with that recent study last week. 1 in 3 young girls are depressed or have contemplated suicide.
Well,
That's
that's from
not.
TikTok and shit like that too,
Yeah,
because they even had pulled up surveys on that crap where TikTok was actually convincing them basically,
yeah.
and that's why it went to Congress and was getting sued because they're promoting that crap.
Yes, sir. That's a that's a scary statistic.
Yeah, I'm not down for all that crap. I mean, leave people alone. Quit pushing crap on kids, especially. My God, we did good for 200 years, and all of a sudden, the last 50 years, 53 years, or whatever the hell it's been, 43 years, whatever,
Yeah.
we went to hell in a handbag.
Like I
We
said,
started going
Shane,
downhill in 1929.
like I told you, brother, they're trying to demasculate the male generation so nobody can stand up and fight against them.
Well, absolutely.
And what was the big push for them to do that, Mr. B?
Well, if you think about it, brother, from the beginning of time, the male has always been the protector and the provider for family and friends.
Yeah, but for our government to go to the means that it is now on trying to uh, take the man out of, a man, I believe it goes back to the Battle of Athens in 1946, when a town raised up, broke into the local armory, armed up, and got themselves a new sheriff, new city council, and recounted that election.
Yeah,
You
they
think?
damn sure don't want that to re-happen, and
And you
that's why
think?
you won't see that story in high school in high school history books either.
Yeah,
No, never.
and that would be the turning point to all this.
It would be a big start.
Yeah.
Well, by law, we're allowed to do this. In
Right.
fact, we're required to under the Declaration of Independence.
That's
Correct.
correct.
What was that? Start up a militia? And
No,
militia doesn't mean the same thing it did back then. See, nowadays, militia, everybody thinks it's a bad thing like mercenaries. No, a militia is just your states taking up arms for what they believe in, basically. Isn't that correct, or is that a little off?
well, militia is for protecting the state's sovereignty.
Yes.
And we're supposed to rise up against a tyrannical government.
That's right.
Yes.
Yep. As Benjamin Franklin said, if you're scared of the government, there's tyranny. If the government's scared of you, there's liberty.
That's it. Now change that from liberty to treason now. You know it? If you look at it now you go against government, it's treason.
Well, let's go back to my original
Okay.
quote that I love. Fuck them.
And they're the ones that should be charged with treason
Oh my God.
just for what they're doing to this country.
Trudy says their sheriff started a posse. Well, I hope it's on the right side.
Yeah, their sheriffs, well, I know 5 of them in the nation that anyone who wants to become a reserve deputy, he'll swear them in.
Wow. Well, see, and I talked to my sheriff about it one day. He says, I don't know if I can legally do that.
He
I
can.
said, you can swear anybody you want in.
Right.
I said, you can swear your dog in.
I don't know about that.
Well, you know what I'm saying? That you go shoot a police dog, they're going to throw you in jail for assaulting a police officer.
Right.
Yeah, Al Bundy used to be required to participate in the local militia if able, or pay an extra tax. I believe D Dog could answer that if I'm misstating.
With
Wasn't that
what?
back during the Civil War?
Well, okay, in Michigan, and the law's still on the books that any able-bodied male from the ages of 17 to 60 is a member of unregulated, unorganized Michigan militia.
Okay.
Wow, that's a spread.
Well, isn't that where that initiated? Was back in the Civil War? They required all men to be in the militia. If not, they had to pay like a $300 tax or be proclaimed an enemy of the nation.
I don't know about that, but the first militia act was in, I'm thinking 1791. And then the second one that made the National Guard was in 1904.
Oh,
Hmm.
I don't have much to say to that because, like I said, you kind of get out of my expertise. I just knew what little I'd heard, and I don't know how true half of it was. But
Well, you know me, Shane. If I can go to a document, that's where I'm going.
oh,
Yes.
absolutely,
That
absolutely.
and by dropping a document, I don't have to justify what I said
Right.
because you get these idiots that go, "What if?" Well, I don't deal in hyperbole. I deal in facts.
Correct.
Yeah, I got to look at something because you got my wheels turning now.
Great. That train's going to jump the track.
Well,
That big wheel in the sky keeps it turning.
yeah,
Yeah, there's
several
going to be toxic shit everywhere.
several months ago, I was looking into something along this lines, and I don't. Let me see. You guys go ahead. Let me take a gander.
Okay, why'd you call us a goat head?
Yeah, go ahead. You know how
Goat
them
head.
Northerners do us. Damn Illinois people. Michael DePaul, hello. When Lincoln installed the draft, you could pay a $300 bounty and get out of it. Huh. Welcome to school, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah.
They're doing their homework right now, and they should be finishing up with an essay at any time. A verbal essay.
Oh, what did I? This was interesting, though. If I can find it, Shane. Um, Lord of mercy. I gotta start putting stuff on a disc. Oh boy.
Yeah, conservative cowboy. I've been hearing lots of rumors about that too.
Well,
And I'm going to tell you what, he's the last one I want back in there. I think it was a snake from the beginning.
So, what state is the Hoosier state?
Didn't we just go through this a couple nights ago?
Yeah, but I think that was in backstage.
Yeah, it may have been.
Hoosier State is Indiana, right?
Yep.
Okay. Now, does anyone in chat know why it's called the Hoosier state?
No, I don't.
Well, I know it wasn't because of that song. So you may have to educate us on that one.
Yeah, Are they being retained in constitutional law? Well,
Right, T, hello. Yeah, Ramona, that's what I was thinking. Harry Hoosier, okay.
yep. And that's why Indiana has the namesake of Hoosier, is because he was the leader of the militia in Indiana, and he was born in 1750 and 1806, but you haven't heard about him in history or in school because he's a black religious man.
There you go. Yep. Yeah, you don't hear about the stuff that really made sense. You just hear about what they can put a twist on.
Well, yeah, that's why they don't teach you your rights in school. They're easy to remove if you don't know what they are.
Well, that's it. Well, they're already removed if you don't know what they are.
Or what about Bass Reeves? He was born in 1838 through 1910. He's America's first black U.S. Deputy Marshal in the West. Robert Smalls, 1839 through 1915, first black U.S. Navy captain. Wentworth Cheswell, one of America's earliest black elected officials. Lemuel Haynes, 1753 through 1933 or 1833, first black American to receive a master's degree.
Nice.
And correct me if I'm wrong, D-Dog. Wasn't the first Republican Party for Texas comprised of all black men?
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm not sure what the dates were.
No, I'm not either.
William Carney, from 1840 to 1908, a Medal of Honor recipient, and he's a black man.
Yep.
Okay, Blanche Celso Bruce, from 1841 to 1898, first black man to preside over the U.S. Senate.
Well, he wasn't very old when he passed, was he? Or is that how long he
Nobody
served?
was.
Well, if you get some of them from the 37, 38, and 39, 40 right in there to the 15, and, you know, they had 70 years on them, but that young man was 50-some years old.
Yeah, but as far as black people in elected office, school and American history teaches you it's in the 1950s and 40s. The first black to Senate was like 1960s. That they just don't get it. They just don't tell you the truth. All they do is lie to you.
Right.
Yeah.
Because I have to go to a liberal city and give a little speech on black history, and everything they've ever been taught in school is going to be a lie because I'm going to drop the documents. It even shows that over 95% of the slaves released after the Civil War that were black are actually Native American.
Correct.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. I remember you talking about that one night. Yeah.
Yep.
That was
Couple weeks ago.
interesting. Yeah, that was interesting. That was something I did not know.
Thaddeus Stevens. I've heard the name, but I can't remember what he did.
Yeah, it's not ringing a bell with me for some reason.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember what he did. I don't even know if he's in my pile because this is just 20. I laminated 20 of them. And so the girls don't get all pissed off. I added women to it too.
Yeah, Finding Keno put out a good point. Hey, go to D-Dog's channel. He's got one. He dropped the link. He has a playlist. Go to his playlist. Watch some of them. If you want to get your mind blown with overwhelming just facts and information, that would be a good place to start getting your feet wet. I'm sure there's only a handful of videos, but some of them are going to. You're going to be there a day or two watching them. I promise.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, you're going to be there a day or two.
Okay, here's a famous female, Mary Fields, with the nickname of Stagecoach. She was born in 1832 through 1914, America's first black female U.S. postal carrier.
Mm-hmm. Wasn't one of the men that started the KKK also black?
No,
I thought one of the first ones that started that was black.
no, because the Democratic Congress is one that actually developed
I knew
it.
that. Yeah. What was that? Oh, I know Jim Crow was ahead of it at the time back in the 60s when he was in the Congress. Or senator, I can't remember.
KKK goes back to the 18. KKK actually goes back to the 1850s.
Yeah, I knew it went back a long damn time.
You having any troubles on your end tonight, Shane?
Every night, I'm in charge of it. What you got going on?
Well, I keep having to reload my YouTube side. My chat keeps going out with an error message.
Mine used to do that occasionally too on other shows. Every once in a while, my screen will go black and it'll circle for just half a second, or maybe 15 seconds, and it'll come right back up. The only time I lose my chat over there is if I hit refresh. I'll lose it for about 2.5 minutes.
Yeah, the first year that the KKK was active, they lynched 5,500 people, and 1,400 of them were white. And the thing was that where they started, if you were black, you were Republican. The KKK was originally developed to eliminate Republicans.
Correct.
It had nothing to do with race, color, creed, or anything.
Yeah,
I know, and you can't get anybody to believe that because that's not the story that was taught in high school and grade school and grammar school.
Right.
I think we had that conversation, I don't know, about a month ago about, the reparations that's being paid or was paid to something that we don't even have anything to do with. It was our ancestors, if anybody did. They forget about the Native American Indians. They weren't slaved. They were slaughtered.
Well, okay. The real dark-skinned American Indians, they classified them as Negroes and they enslaved them. And the first slave trafficking was outside of Virginia, and it was the Native Americans getting shipped over to Africa. It wasn't slaves coming here; it was slaves leaving here.
Right.
And it wasn't on U.S. vessels because U.S. didn't have any vessels then.
So how'd they get them there? On skiffs or what?
Well, the Spanish.
Okay. And Conservative Cowboy says Shane Senator Byrd was head of the KKK. Okay.
That sounds familiar.
Yeah. Not only that, then you had back in the 40s, you had William T. Byrd or whatever his name was that flew across supposedly Antarctica and found new lands that had never been seen before by the American eye. That was green and lush, just like ours. One of the biggest was the size of the North America, not the United States, but all North America. And there was a potload of other lands. And that was supposedly swept under the rug. That was all, he was hallucinating. He was old. Well, why would he write that back in the 40s when he was still doing it and they kept sending him the first recorded documents of it? So, and if you go back and look in history, did you know pretty much every president or hierarchy that has been around, all of them have been related in some fame or fortune. Somehow they've been related. And that's what blows my mind. Anybody in power is apparently that's how they're getting their power is because it was a descendant of somebody great.
Yeah.
I can't prove that, but
It goes several generations. Yeah.
I knew it did, and it goes by bloodlines.
Yes.
And I looked at that and I was thinking, well, how in the hell did Trump get in there? Well, then started hearing all them bullshit stories about Trump being really his dad was Patton. I'll remember hearing that one. Is that a joke?
Yeah. Okay. Out of all the stories that I heard about Trump, the only one that is actually factual is that Trump's uncle is the one that went to investigate Nikola Tesla's finding of time travel.
Yeah. Yes, and wasn't he working for Nikola Tesla part time?
No.
Okay. They had
but he was sent to go investigate it.
Well, okay. If I remember reading right, didn't Trump's grandfather have a very close connection with Tesla, though?
I didn't get that far into it because the Trump stuff has very little to do with anything. It's just I was fascinated by Tesla.
Yeah.
Yeah, they said it was. I heard all kinds of rumors too. Yeah, but it was like, his name was John Trump, Trump's father's brother, which would have been his uncle, which is supposedly, what's his name's dad, which was one of the guys is not. It ain't Snowden. It's the other one that everybody always talks about. WikiLeaks.
Yeah, Julia Assange.
Yeah, that's supposedly his cousin. I don't know. That's just another rumor I heard. But how do you know? Because you can't find any facts on any of that crap.
Yeah, it's out there. It's just hard to get.
Oh yeah.
And do you want to spend the amount of years to track the lineage and the heritage?
I know that's right.
Not really.
Yeah.
Because it ain't going to do a bit of good once you do know it.
I spent nearly 2 years doing a heritage research on how it related to the sports, and I may come out with that eventually. I don't know yet. It's very interesting, though. All the families marrying into families and marrying into more elite families and giving their kids away to other elite families to marry back in, all the name changes, and man, it just goes on and on.
Well, yeah, and you can't believe half what people put out because you can't find any source on it.
Yeah, you really have to do the heritage research to get all the information.
Yeah, and Trudy, to add to the Bush stuff, the Bush family and the Bin Laden family were friends, and both our presidents grew up with Osama.
Yes. And there's another thing behind that. The Bush family, their original name is Scherf. It's spelled just like Scherf, but without the R. It's Scherf. But I don't know when they changed it or why they changed it, but for some reason they changed it. And that's why I found that one so fascinating because my stepson that I raised for years and years and years, their family is from the Scherf line. And when I heard that rumor, I went to look. And Bush's family is actually Scherfs. I don't know why they changed it.
Yeah. You can imagine why.
Oh, yeah. Maybe coming from one country to another.
Yeah.
Who knows?
It's all to distract from the past crimes, Shane.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
All right, buddy. It's my turn to go release some liquids real quick. If you can.
Some of what is it? Liquid relics.
Yes. And I shall return in a split.
All right. Well, I'll try to entertain the chat for a moment.
Thanks, buddy.
Yep. Well, Chudy, I wouldn't know about that. I've never done it, and if he's done it. Maybe it is. Funny pranks. Got a little man trying to pee on me. Yeah, there's a bunch of conspiracies. There's a bunch of theories out there, and you never know which one to follow. And the bad thing is, they're all rabbit holes. You're gonna get going down it, but once again, it's still. Yeah, I think it was from over there somewhere. Yeah, Germany or somewhere. But and I knew a bunch of sheriffs were up there in Poland too. So I don't know where all that ties in, but that's the only thing I can find on. Yeah, they've always come from money. Most all your people have. I mean, you can look at Taft, you can look at Hoover, you can look at any one of them. They've always come from money, no matter what. How much money may be negotiable, but Admiral Richard Byrd, South Pole exploration over. Yes, high jump project, high jump. Yes, that is correct. I've watched everything I can find on that. And I'm going to tell you what, you cannot find no physical documents other than what they show on screen of what he's seen and when it happened. So yeah. Couldn't remember his first name right offhand, but yes, it was. I knew it was. I knew it was Bird. I knew he was over there, and he was in head of all that. They was looking for supposedly for if Hitler really went over there. They said they did find some evidence of flying craft they couldn't recognize. They had all kinds of crap they talked about, and it even showed him on a 40s film or something. And that may be the one you're showing. Yeah, where he gave like a 30 or 40-minute speech on that, and it's highly entertaining. But going and finding anything to back what he actually said is next to nil. So anyway, your phone's blowing up again tonight.
Yeah.
Better yours than mine. It's usually mine.
Yeah.
All right.
Well, we dropped quite a few tort claims, and everyone's calling to try to get everything straightened before it has to go to court.
What is the claim you said? A tort?
Yeah,
Tort?
it has to do with an elected servant overstepping their bounds, trespassing on other people's rights and stuff.
And that's a TORT? Tort or court?
Yep.
A tort. Okay.
Yeah, we're just trying to regain some revenue.
Okay.
And then we can go back at just kicking the shit out of them again.
Just trying to reboot your financial expenditures.
Well, it's all self-contained. I haven't spent a single dollar of my own money on any of this.
I don't blame you. Do it on their dime.
Yep, and it's usually their bond company tries to straighten it out, and sometimes we just let them pay. Other times we make the elected servant reach into his own pocket and pay.
There you go.
Because
they rethink their theory, don't they? Once that happens, once or twice.
But by doing a tort claim, it takes them out of the government and makes them a private person.
Nice.
So,
I was thinking on some of that crap today. I was thinking about, and sometimes I just start thinking about that crap, and I don't know why, because I have nothing going on with the courts right now, and I send in some affidavits, and sometimes I hear back, sometimes I don't. I need to follow through with some of them.
Mm-hmm.
I know they're getting thrown away. So that's dereliction of duty right out the gate.
Funny pranks. The only thing I know about Buck Owens is him and Roy Clark had hee-haw for years. That's the only thing
Yep.
I know. Boy,
The
they're
life and
after him
times of being
tonight.
popular.
Yeah, they're after him tonight.
Yep. They almost become like trolls.
Yeah.
Damn it! Give me a minute.
Oh,
That's why I
you're,
started yelling at everybody. Hey, I'm on a live. Leave me alone.
Funny prank says his cousin played with Buck Owens. That's
Well, now
pretty
one of us
cool.
said Johnny Cash was married to his cousin June, and Johnny Cash and June, you know them two, they was together forever.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I'd like to say hi, Andy. Thanks for the text. But your text came in at the same time two other ones came in.
You're a popular guy tonight, D-Dog.
I'm something.
Okay, it says conservative cowboy just put this out. It says just in footage captured from I-75 shows structure fire in St. Petersburg, Florida. And he drops a link.
Well,
Yeah,
that
how
must be
come
it.
nobody talked about the structure fire in Chicago? What was it, yesterday or the day before? How come no one's been talking about that?
Yeah, it's 2 days ago. Yeah.
Yeah. I didn't see the one in St. Petersburg today, but I did see the explosion in Miami.
Huh.
And the one in Ohio.
Oh, I want to tell you, all this shit is pre-planned. It's all by design, if you ask me, because it's just happening too fast. All of a sudden, you ain't heard of this shit ever. All in within, you know, uh, it's coming up on election year. Hello, you think it's going to get better? It's going to get
Oh,
worse.
yeah, and if you notice if you catch any news during the day, they're already starting the race baiting stuff, so you know it's an election season.
Oh, absolutely.
It's like I always said, Black Lives Matter every 4 years.
Oh my God, they're in rampant view.
Yeah.
Nope.
They're probably
Every 2
winding back.
years.
Yeah, every 2 years.
Every
Yes.
two, yeah.
Yep. Yeah, there. Like I said, there ain't no sense in holding debates anymore because they don't debate anymore. It's a smear campaign. Who can smear the other one worse?
Yeah,
So they
that's
don't
all.
talk about anything we want to hear. So in other words, it's
Yeah.
just who can make you giggle and get your vote.
Yeah. Yeah, it's
It's
never their agenda on what they want to do better.
Well,
no.
I'll tell you what, AOC can always make me giggle, and every day when she does her Instagram, I always laugh my ass off, and that's the only one I sub to on Instagram.
That's just because she opens her mouth.
Karen Thompson, yes, Turkey did have another 7.4 today.
Yep, and after you get past those big old horse teeth, she's just funny.
Yeah.
And then if someone debates her on something, she starts bawling. It's like, go home, change your diaper, and grow the hell up. You're a
Right.
grown ass woman.
When she got elected into Congress, she had a debt of $8,000. Now she's worth $29 million in just a few years. There's
Uh-huh.
something dirty if she's only making $175,000 a year.
That's something fishy about that.
Yeah.
They say it's endorsements. Well, they're not supposed to take them. You're not supposed to take endorsements. That's part of it.
Yeah.
Every one of them in there is worth millions. Every
between,
one of them.
between that and the insider trading,
Well, oh yeah, you know that shit's going on.
absolutely it's going on.
It's all a big. It's called what do they call it? Congressional mafia.
Yeah. That's why
Because that's all it is. It's a mafia, and they're just raping us blind. And every time we turn around, they're out there sticking their hand out, demanding more. They're not going to give us protection. And then they don't protect us anyway.
yeah. Just like Nancy Pelosi 2 days before the DOJ announced an investigation into Google, she dumped all of her stock.
Uh-huh.
Mm-hmm.
And she's the first one to push it. No, they think it's all right that if Congress can do trading on the stock market.
Yeah.
And I did get something today. Someone sent me. They said it's either Vanguard or BlackRock yanked all their money out of the stock market today.
I don't know, Shane, but I did see an article that in the last 2 years, 500, I think it was million, or it might have been billion, has been divested out of BlackRock. People are taken out.
Yep. I heard they bailed out of the stock market. It was either last night or today.
Wow. Yeah, I'd be curious to read
Let
on
me let me
that.
read it. Let me read that here.
Yeah, I'd like to know about that.
Hang on just a second.
I actually did a full show on them.
Hang on. This won't take me but a second. I hope. Okay, and this comes out through Newsbreak.
Okay.
I got plenty of them, so I got to go find it. Let me just go down to the bottom. Maybe I can. This person's he likes to go through, and once he finds information, he finds also other sources to back what's being said.
Okay.
There was one the other day. He brought up where the hell to go? It was something on the second. Oh, here it is. Second Amendment sanctuary measures overturned in Oregon. Newsbreak from Portland, Oregon. Local governments in Oregon can't declare themselves Second Amendment sanctuaries and ban police enforcement of certain gun laws. And that was decided by an appeals court on Wednesday. So that was Wednesday of last week. Come on.
And Barb, it's not called corruption. It's just called business as normal.
Yeah, it's called everyday life.
Yeah.
Let's see. I guess Nevada is trying to stop a approval of a lithium mine there. Okay, the Brunson versus Adams case denied by the Supreme Court. The case had the potential to overturn the 2020 presidential election and reinstate Donald J. Trump. Why? I was trying to find that one.
Yeah, I seen somebody in chat earlier had asked us, Shane, if we thought that President Trump was going to return. Well, all I can say is he's going to run. Whether he gets in, who knows?
You know what? I'm not trying to be rude or mean. I thought when he was in, he really started out in a great way, and it fizzled out on him. That wasn't his fault, but it did. I think this country does need a good businessman to run it, because this is a business. This country is a business. But we're gonna get the same damn thing no matter who we turn to, unless we get some retired vets living on the street wearing a sleeveless shirt that had a bucket to piss in and don't care to have one. That's the only way we're going to get some real down to the people, put it back to the people kind of law. And he can't even do it. Then it's going to go through Congress. It's going to go through the Senate.
Yeah. If y'all are waiting for somebody on a white horse to ride in and save us, that's not going to happen.
Will not happen. Cannot happen.
It's your job. Like Benjamin Franklin said that after the signing of the Declaration of Independence, or after the signing of the Constitution, we gave you a republic. Now it's your job to keep it.
Correct. That is correct.
It's solely our fault that we're in the position we're in.
Oh yeah.
I understand it's going to take an extreme amount of time to get things back, but if you don't start at your local level, it's not ever going to happen.
I don't think it would take really as long as everybody would think it would take if everybody get on the same boat.
Yeah.
It could be all overturned in just a matter of days if everybody was on the same page. But no, everybody's too busy bitching about everybody else.
Well,
That's it.
people don't understand what 2A is for. It's not for hunting.
No,
It's not just so that you have one to feel good. It's not for self protection. It's not for any of that shit. It's for securing your state. That's all it's for.
yep.
And when your state becomes tyrannical, it's your job to stop it.
What was the old saying? Your Second Amendment was only put there to protect your First Amendment, and your First Amendment was the freedom of speech and to voice your opinion and be heard. Now, see, people forget to read that part of the First Amendment and be heard. No one's getting heard anymore. We're getting ignored.
Yeah. And Ramona, everything that I have read and consumed points to me that we are a defunct, bankrupt corporation. Maybe D Dog has better insight on it than I do.
Okay. Ever since the forming of the Constitution, the United States has always been a corporation because you need to have a corporation as a business to do business with other countries. Okay. But there's still the aspect of America being a republic. Okay.
Correct.
So that we have representation in our different legislatures. The problem is that the sovereign citizen nut jobs are all about this crap about it's all a corporation and everything else, and you're tied to this, that, and the other. Where if you've never claimed to be a U.S. citizen on a document, you're not a U.S. citizen. You're still a free man or woman. And they're not getting it. That's why these people are denouncing their U.S. citizenship when they're not even a U.S. citizen by definition or by documentation. The only ones that are U.S. citizens are employees of the government.
Bingo.
Okay, and even your local government, your dog catcher is a U.S. citizen because he's required to pay taxes. The people aren't.
That is true.
And I'll stop there because I can really take this rant on for hours.
Oh, I can too, and I love this rant. That is one of my favorite rants. And I don't have all the information he has, but that is one of my favorite rants that I've been going off on for 3 years.
And there's not two separate governments, it's one government
Yep.
to do two purposes.
Yes.
So the people that say that we still have Republican form of government and stuff is just unseated, you're fucking idiot.
Tell us how you really feel.
I'm just getting tired of all this crap.
I don't
Oh,
blame
you
you.
have to do this to get free. No, all you have to do is say, fuck you, I'm me.
That's it.
They don't realize we've been tricked into pretending we're something we're not. That's it. That's the bottom line. Leave me alone. I'll leave you alone. You do your job. I'll do mine. That means I'm going to protect my family, my home.
My journey of freedom started by fighting a driving on a suspended ticket.
Yep.
And I won. And then I won the next one. Okay, I've been charged with driving on a suspended 22 times with 0 convictions. I've gotten numerous speeding tickets with 0 convictions because I fight them all. And because it's a fee of more than $20 according to the Constitution, I'm entitled to a jury, and I make them set a jury for me to deal with a speeding ticket. And when you assert your rights, the best thing about the whole thing is you can piss off the judge as much as you want, but he can't go out of the stipulations that he has.
And just give him more even credibility. I was called for jury duty one time, and they ended up paying me. I didn't even get called up on the stand. They paid me $80 a day every time I was there. So if they're charging you only $20, That don't make no damn sense. Yeah, you can have it thrown plumb out.
And I have another case coming on that I'm requiring that county seats a grand jury for it because I'm challenging the validity of the law.
Of the legal system or the law?
The fake law that they're trying to charge me with.
Okay. So I had that discussion earlier today before the show, and they thought legal and lawful was the same thing. And I want to tell you what, they are not even close.
They're not even in the same book.
Yeah, because they're legal can be what they claim as city code or any of that. They say that's illegal to do that. Change lanes without a blinker. That's illegal without it. I want to tell you what, there's no law stating. Show me the law. There is. Your city code may say that, but they don't write the damn law.
Well, it doesn't matter. All codes, rules, and regulations, and all that other crap that they do has to do with commerce. It doesn't have to do with the man working or operating underneath his private conveyance.
Correct. Al Bundy, I'm liking D-Dog more and more. Wait till it gets really going.
Wait until I drop some of my wait until I drop some of my videos from court. I'm waiting for the good court cases to actually be done so I can drop all the videos on it.
Oh yeah, I can't. Yeah, I told you I want to see some of you in action in court. I'm gonna love this because I've watched all I could find on everybody else going against the courts for the same damn thing, but they use different verbiage. A lot of them are the sovereign citizens, and they get out of most of it, but they still get a little bit of spanking.
Yep.
Yeah, but okay, the difference between them and me is because I don't read a case and decide, oh, this is nice. I like this out of here. And the Supreme Court justice never made an opinion about that part of the case. He ignored that part. So it's mute. It doesn't mean nothing. And a lot of the cases that they use to fight anything was never addressed in the following opinion or descending opinion at the end of the case. It's just crazy the shit they're doing. But I fall into the Article 6 stuff, Article 6, Clause 2, where it recognizes treaties as being part of the supreme law of the land along with the Constitution. I start pulling treaties that America's been in ever since the early or late 1700s. And they hate seeing that shit. Oh, we only recognize stuff after 1939. No, fuck you. You recognize this.
Yeah, you just don't want to because you don't know anything about it. Yeah, they'll tell you all day long, no, that doesn't hold weight anymore. Like I said, I had a judge tell me one time that the Declaration of Independence was just a piece of paper that was written to be enhanced upon. I said, excuse me?
Oh, you on with excuse me? That's different than what I do.
We know your two words.
No. If that's your opinion, you're a fucking idiot. Go back to school.
Yeah, and I was just like, that. And I was talking to him as a friend. We was in private. Because I ain't going to embarrass him in his own court, because then I get the wrath of God thrown at me, and then I got to fight it more, which is fine. But yeah, I was just talking to him as a friend. We was in private. We was both drinking a beer. He says, no, that was just a piece of paper that basically is what he said, that was meant to be advanced upon to better our society because society changes.
Yeah.
And I was like, hello? No, it was not. So we had a little discussion about that, and I wasn't going to argue with him too much. So I just let him believe his beliefs. Chris Miller, hello.
Hey, Chris. Oh, Creek just got off work. He's headed home.
Yeah, Chris the Cat, hello.
Safe travels, brother.
Yep. I don't think he lives real far from home.
Well, I thought it was an interesting show tonight, Shane.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, we're fixing to shut down the live and go from there. I appreciate all the mods doing what they do, and yeah, it's 9:30 here too. I
Was
usually
the,
shut down at 9, so
not our usual shenanigans. It was very informative tonight. I found it quite interesting, actually.
yeah, it always is. It always is when you get D Dog up here and get him wound up.
Yeah, I
All you gotta do something, say something silly, and boy, it'll spark him.
yeah, I'm really starting to like D Dog. I'm getting a lot of information from him.
Yep.
Stop, you silly bitch.
Oh, it's all you. It's all you, baby.
Oh, absolutely. But no, we're going to shut down this live, and we will be back here tomorrow night at 7 o'clock Central. And thank you all very much for showing up, and I hope everybody had a good time. And y'all are welcome back tomorrow. We'll see you all then. Anybody else got something they would like to add?
Yeah, if you don't know your rights, you don't know what to protect.
Strive to be a better person tomorrow than you were today, and be blessed.
Good night, y'all.